one of the nice things about being here in this space, and it came up and it has come up for me over and over, like at the last retreat in person or like on the Zoom stuff too, and then here it is again. And I was like, oh, I should ask this, but then I was like, I actually already know. I already know the answer to my question, and what it was that just the meeting of everything, that we can meet everything. And part of me was like, but is that true? Can I meet everything? Like, really, is it just everything? Like, even the worst place, like the hardest place, the place that's been there forever and isn't budging no matter what I do. And then I think what I came to is that it doesn't, that yes, that like it's available to me to like to meet all aspects and invite them home, and even the places that seemingly aren't moving and have been frozen forever, I see that they're there, but it doesn't mean that they're always going to remain. Would you say that's true?
Yes. So what are you meeting exactly? Let's look at frozen places.
Okay.
So
I wasn't expecting it to go there.
No time like the present. Something that's frozen. You have a sense that it's got something to do with the past, and you might have an idea of what that frozen part is.
Yeah.
But before you even go to that, frozenness is a texture. And that's what comes up first, is a texture of frozenness. So why not meet just frozenness? Not frozen part, just frozenness. So you come up against an energy that's got a frozen quality to it. That's all you have to do. You're not trying to fix or heal the part of Andrea that is frozen, because then there's a whole psychological story in that, and a whole image, which is what it is now, an image of Andrea at whatever age she was frozen. And then there's the whole story of what happened to cause that frozenness. And there you are, lost in the content.
Mm-hmm.
So this is being pointed to, which is not denial or suppression, but it's not deriving self from content. It's pure meeting with the texture of what is. And the first thing you said was frozenness.
Right.
So it's right here. So you, in yourself, meet frozen. It's a texture. Be curious. Taste it. Touch it. I mean, right now, if you wish. Is it melting a little?
What did you say?
I said, is it melting a little?
Is it melting a little? Exactly.
The intimacy of beingness, which is what is meeting this frozenness, the intimacy of beingness will melt.
Without having to do anything else.
Right. You start from here. And from here, something melted in that moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's not it. I didn't solve my problem, and I didn't analyze my problem and my story and my background and my childhood. No. Just meet the frozenness. And in this moment, it melts a little, perhaps. And then maybe, we're not going to go through the whole thing right now, but in your quiet moments, with yourself. This is your meditation, if you like, your practice. Something else might reveal. You may find that there's some tears in there, or some anger, or some other energy that opens up, and then you just meet that. You just meet that. This is direct felt sense. And it cuts through the problem of having to analyze, sort it out, fix it. It's direct. It's energy. That energy you're describing, you wouldn't describe it that way. Frozenness. Yeah, just meet it directly. This is how it cuts through the direct way. You know, I had a story, and, you know, the story had history in it, actual things that happened, of abandonment. So when abandonment would come up, either through the end of a relationship or through rejection, argument, fight in relationship, and I'd feel abandoned, whether it was with my parents or with my partners at the time, well, there'd be a lot of story in that would need, at the time, I would have to, was compelled to figure out what happened and why I feel so alone and why I feel so unworthy and so on. Okay, but at some point, I simply met the energy of abandonment when it arose. Pure abandonment. It's like a big black hole, a desolate, empty landscape where nothing grows, nothing's alive, it's kind of dead, stagnant. Ooh, like a big desert in the darkness. And instead of finding myself in that, it's because my mother left me, or my husband, I don't know, whatever, abused me, or whatever it might be, whatever the story was. Or because I'm unworthy and I'm just a miserable piece of whatever, I'm just a worm. Yeah, it was simply pure experience of that desolateness. Ah, the desert. Wow. Became freedom. No, it's not always complete transformation in that, but some other layer reveals itself. Don't add to the story. Let it reveal what's beneath the story. Then it won't be frozen anymore.
It just seems like a miracle that that's all that's required. Like, it's so simple. And yet I just feel like, but I see that's all that needs to be done.
Yeah.
In this
Try, experiment.
in this space, you know, part of what we foster is intimacy. Yeah, this is an intimacy. Yeah, this is an intimacy. And that intimacy facilitates a great willingness. The power of intimacy is profound. And we can turn that intimacy that is usually we associate with another, yeah, which in this instance is being mirrored, but actually we can turn that intimacy to ourselves. And we can then, in that intimacy, be intimate with what is frozen, what hurts, what causes pain. And actually the willingness of that intimacy itself, ipso facto, melts whatever seems to be stuck, not because of psychologizing it, but simply through the power of that intimacy. It's really, that's what you're saying about it being simple. It is that simple. It doesn't sound it, but it really is that. Because intimacy, true intimacy, has no tightness. It actually has no other in it. Intimacy is the yearning for union and the permission of union. And so what seems to be separate from us says, oh, I can come home. That's it. That melts the iceberg. It melts the cliff. It melts the resistance.
And that's what awareness is. Mm-hmm. That's what the bringing, if you like, or the revelation of awareness coming into the foreground is just this. It's intimacy. It sounds like awareness is some cold, detached state where I'm just the sky and nothing's happening, and I'm just going to be in this space and then nothing hurts and I don't have to deal with anything. No. Awareness is intimate. That's why I keep saying it's the most intimate. You're bringing that awareness not by focusing in on the problem, which then focuses in on the details of the movie and the details of the self. But it's a wide open awareness that just is totally intimate with the energetic experience.